The scenes of Corey Perry with a bloody nose congratulating his teammates after the Montreal Canadiens take Game 2. Gentlemen, our coverage here on the fourth period brought to you as always by BitBuy, Canada's #1 cryptocurrency platform. Dave, let's start with you. The Montreal Canadiens, you were there. Building of 3,500 plus, absolutely buzzing. Now, the Cavs weren't really in this game, but they end up winning, and sometimes that's what playoff hockey's all about.
Yeah, it really is. The bounces went their way, no question, especially off the tying goal. Marc-Andre Fleury fiddling with the puck, goes through his legs, wide open cage for Josh Anderson, and then turnover leading to a 2-on-0 basically with Paul Byron and Josh Anderson again. Boom, back of the net. It's a 2-1 series lead for the Montreal Canadiens in a game where they were totally dominated by the Vegas Golden Knights. There were a few instances where Montreal took advantage of certain circumstances, but overall this was all Vegas. The onslaught attack was all them, and Montreal finds a way to come out on top and have a series lead.
I'll go further. I tweeted after the game, "C'est un miracle," because that's what this win was. This was a miracle. I'll echo what Dave just said. I've never seen a team dominated like this over 40 minutes and wind up winning a Stanley Cup playoff game. I can't recall the last time that happened. If you're Vegas, you got to be going back to the room, scratching your head. Yeah, sure. Of course, Fleury's mistake opened the door for Anderson twice. But at this point, what do? Well, you know what? You got to get something from your forwards, Irf. I think that's part of the issue, is that Alex Pietrangelo has been fantastic for them, but they've got literally nothing. They've gotten 2 goals from their forwards, and it's got to change in Game 4.
Yeah, and you saw before the game, obviously pregame line rushes, and in this game that they moved Alex Tuch up to the top line. Still really didn't get anything out of them. But DB, I'll ask you again, like Carey Price has been the answer for the Montreal Canadiens between the pipes. If you're Vegas, how do you rattle this guy's cage, and can you?
Well, you could run him, but that's not going to really work. I guess it worked if you're Chris Kreider so many years ago. But it's a matter of bearing down on your chances. This team had so many chances to finish this game, and now they got to start thinking like they did last year in the bubble when they got to the semifinals. What happened? They didn't score, and the same thing's happening again. Again, this is a stunning outcome because you look at these teams pound for pound, Irf, like Vegas is the better team. I don't think there's any question. They showed it on the ice tonight, but they don't know how to win the games. They didn't close this game out. They had a poor start in Game 2, and now they're on the wrong end of a 2-1 advantage going to Game 4, Dave.
Yeah, they absolutely – they need to find a way to absolutely create some offense here. And I'm not talking about just shots. Yeah, they dominated the game, and yes, they just clobbered them in the shot total, and I think they more than doubled them. But the quality shots and the quality chances may not have been there like we had seen, especially in Game 1. The Vegas Golden Knights took to an opportunity, or had an opportunity, to really come out on top, and they did that in that game. Montreal kind of backed up on their heels in that one. In this one, as much as Vegas was on the attack, they just couldn't penetrate Carey Price, and they couldn't really get in his grill too much. So I'm anticipating that changing in Game 4, but they need to make life a lot harder for Carey Price. It just seemed like there was too much clear sight line for him seeing the puck, and ultimately, as great as he was, Vegas just couldn't find that answer.
Dave, finally, just before, very quickly, for the Montreal Canadiens, you win a game that you really had no business being in. How much of a positive is that going into Game 4 on Sunday?
Oh, absolutely huge. And then at the end of it, no penalty call on Corey Perry. As you mentioned, blood's gushing down the side of his nose. That you take that as a double motivator. So, I mean, they were able to pull this off. Yes, there's a lot of pressure on Vegas right now, but Montreal is just rolling with things going into Game 4 here at home on Sunday. I mean, look, if Vegas comes out the same way, 9 times out of 10, they're probably winning the game. They didn't tonight. They need to keep the attack going on Sunday.
Yeah, hockey's a game of adjustments, fellas, and really both teams have to make them for Game 4 on Sunday.